Hello super friends and welcome to DC TV Talk, and in today's episode we're going to be breaking down a new theory from Reddit regarding what is going on with Roy in Arrow Season 7, so let's discuss. So as you'll all know, if you've been keeping up with all of the most recent Arrow news, you'll know that a certain character is returning this season in a series regular position, that being Colton Haynes in his role as Roy Harper. He is returning to the show full time, but there's been a lot of mystery surrounding him this season in regards of what his story is going to be, what his role is in the season, and the fact that the producers and the cast members are not discussing anything regarding Roy, and we haven't seen him in any promotional materials or any of the trailers as of yet. But a new theory from Reddit has suggested a really awesome theory as to what could be going on with Roy in Season 7, and that's what I break down today. Also, Pagey made a video on this topic last night, so I'd like to thank him for giving me this information via his video. Obviously, also credit goes to the Reddit user who came up with this theory originally. It's an awesome theory, so I just wanted to shout out you guys, as this is where I got this information from. So the theory that has been brought up regarding Roy this season is that he is actually in prison with Oliver. And this is a very different aspect of what we were all thinking, because of course we have all been speculating that this Green Arrow imposter or this Green Arrow copycat who's currently operating within Star City is Roy. We all thought that that character is Roy, but this theory suggests that in fact that Green Arrow copycat is not Roy, but Roy is actually in prison in Slabside with Oliver. So let's look at the evidence here. So Roy has been pretty much told that his story this season is extremely unpredictable, that nobody has guessed what is actually going on with him this season, because like I said, the main theory regarding Roy is that he is the new Green Arrow. But obviously Stephen Amell, Beth Schwartz, they've both said that, nobody has guessed what's going on with Roy, nobody's got the correct answer yet, and that would suggest that if it's being unpredictable, then surely it wouldn't be the new Green Arrow, because that's the most predictable thing. He's easily the most viable character to be in that suit, but I'll get onto that a little bit later. But if they are going to do down this really unpredictable route for Roy, it would be a ballsy decision to put Roy in Slabside with Oliver. It'd be something that nobody would expect. It'd be something that people haven't been predicting. It'd be something that people haven't been talking about until over the past 24 hours. So it's a very unpredictable move to put Roy in prison. And again, I think that's actually some really solid evidence as to how this could be true. Also, Beth Schwartz, who is the executive producer and new showrunner for Arrow Season 7, and also Stephen Amell, who of course plays Oliver Queen, they have both said that Oliver is going to be meeting a lot of familiar faces while in Slabside. Obviously, we know that we are getting 3 returning villains in the form of Stardust, Brick, and also Bronze Tiger. But they have both said that there is going to be a 4th familiar face in the prison, who is someone Oliver never thought he would see again. And that's a very interesting statement, and one thing that people have brought up is that they don't actually state if he's a villain. They never actually say the word villain, because in this place that Beth Schwartz was talking about this, she says, oh yeah, there's 3 returning villains, Bronze Tiger, Stardust, and Brick, and then there's a 4th familiar face. They don't actually say the word villain, so he could actually be an ally of Oliver, i.e. Roy. Also, if Roy is in prison, this answers a huge question, which is, when Roy returns to Star City, why is he not with Thea? The last time we saw him, he left Star City with Thea and also Nyssa to go on that whole Lazarus Pit mission. Now, in regards to that whole Lazarus Pit mission, I have no answers to that. I don't know what happened to that storyline. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know if it will be explained. But one big question is, if he comes back to Star City, then where is Thea? What is she doing? Why is she not with him? If he's in prison, then that would obviously make a lot of sense. That would make a huge amount of sense in the fact that, obviously Thea's not just going to go into prison with Roy, because Thea's completely innocent. So it's very interesting to see that, obviously, again, that would really clear up that as to why he's not with Thea is because he's in prison, and obviously Thea is on the outside. Another interesting point is that Colton Haynes, who plays Roy, was talking at Heroes and Villains New Jersey, and he did say that if you actually look at him, he's actually growing a beard at the moment, and he was actually saying on stage during the Arrow panel at that particular Heroes and Villains, saying that he's not actually allowed to shave. He's been told that he's not allowed to shave. And I found that very weird, because Roy has never had a beard on the show before, he's never had any facial hair before, so why would he have it now all of a sudden, especially because we only seen him last season and he didn't have facial hair either, so why is he growing this beard? And again, it would make a lot of sense if he's in prison. Obviously he's not shaving, that would make a lot of sense. And again, it just kind of matches up with Stephen Amell, because obviously Stephen Amell is in prison at the moment, and well, he might not be at the moment, he actually might be out by this point, but, you know, he obviously grew his goatee for the show while he's in Slabside, and you could have a mirror image with that with Roy. He's growing out his facial hair while he's in prison too. So if he's not allowed to shave, why is that? Well, again, it could be that. What's important to mention as well is that Colton Haynes didn't actually film anything for Arrow until at least the last couple of days, or maybe even the last day of filming for episode 1, which, you know, if you take time into account, that would basically mean that Roy was only in maybe 1, maybe 2 scenes for this season in episode 1. So that means that could pretty much just be a reveal scene, like maybe at the end of season 7 episode 1, Oliver is walking through the prison and someone sort of taps him on the shoulder. They look into the cell and you can see Roy sat there, and maybe that's like the reveal scene. So that would make a lot of sense as well, especially because we haven't really seen Colton filming much outside of it, because obviously we don't really see Stephen Amell filming either because he's in prison. So that would make a lot of sense also. So there's a lot of good stuff that's actually pointing towards this theory being true. Now, my only thing going against this theory is, why is Roy in prison? Why would he be in prison? Because, you know, in terms of him and the overall Star City public, I'm pretty sure he's still dead. Like, I'm pretty sure people in Star City and the wider public think he's dead after season 3, because that was never really changed. And even though Oliver did clear his name at the end of season 6, he never stated that he was still alive. You know, I'm pretty sure the Star City public still believe that Roy is dead. He died in prison back in season 3. So, and even if they do think he's alive, again, Oliver proved his innocence. He cleared his name at the end of season 6 when he was arrested. So why would Roy get arrested and being sent to Slabside in the exact same place that Oliver was sent to? Especially, you know, because Oliver and Roy know each other. People know that, so why would they send them to the same prison? You know, that could clearly do some damage. So there is a lot of things surrounding that, just in terms of why he's in prison, how he got there, and why he's in that particular prison. You know, why is he not in Iron Heights? But it's very weird in regards to that. But besides that, I actually think this is a pretty solid theory myself. And this does beg the question that if Roy is not the mysterious Green Arrow imposter, then who the hell is? Because I really don't know who this mysterious Archer could be if it's not Roy. Because Diggle is kind of like the only other kind of major option, but I really don't see it being Diggle, given the fact that he's not really doing the vigilante thing anymore and he's working with Argus. So why would he be suiting up as the Green Arrow all of a sudden? I don't really see that happening. And I did bring up a theory a while back that Renee could be doing it, but I just don't really see Renee doing it because he's never been an archer before. So how is he all of a sudden becoming a master archer in the space of about 6 months? It doesn't really make sense. So if Roy is not this Green Arrow, then who the hell is? It's a massive question. And again, Roy could still end up being this Green Arrow, he could still end up being that, and he might not be in prison at all. But it's a really interesting discussion, the fact that if he is in prison, then who the hell is this new Green Arrow? But what do you guys think about this theory? Make sure you tell me all your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. Do you believe it, or do you have your own theories about Roy? Make sure you tell me everything you think. Like I say, I think this is a pretty solid theory. I think it's a pretty interesting one. Definitely one that has a lot of evidence supporting it. Although there are a couple of things really holding it back. Like for me, I think it's just the whole idea of why is he arrested? Like why is he in prison? I think that's a big thing holding it back. But other than that, I think this is a really interesting theory and definitely something to think about. It's definitely some food for thought. And I think it's really putting on an interesting aspect for Roy going into season 7. But make sure you let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like, it'll help me out a lot, and share this video with anyone and everyone you know who loves DC TV and get them to join the community. And as always guys, please subscribe for your latest content on Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow and Black Lightning. And with all that said guys, I hope to see you again in my next video.